Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WoonMei TV. Joining with us this afternoon, we have Mr. Lars Schmidt. He is known as the Sales Director Asia for the THOMAS SABO. How are you this afternoon? Are you good?
Yes, thank you very much and thanks for having me.
Alright, we'll start off with a few questions that I'll be preparing, since last night. And the first question, it will be for those of you, if you don't know the brand of THOMAS SABO, you might be asking me, perhaps we have a short description based on this brand that we're looking at.
Well, THOMAS SABO is one of the leading lifestyle brands in the affordable luxury segment for jewelry and watches. So we were founded in 1984 by Mr. THOMAS SABO. So there actually is a gentleman behind the name and behind the brand. He founded the company when he was at very young age, in his early 20s, in Germany, and set up the very first stores in Germany in the early 90s and grew the brand to, today one of the most relevant brands in that segment.
Right. So for those of you who don't know about THOMAS SABO, make sure you could log on to their website and check out all the details, all the jewelries, everything that they're actually selling on. Now, secondly, it will be, how long have you been with THOMAS SABO and what are you looking forward in THOMAS SABO?
I joined that brand actually in January 2016, so about a year and a half ago. And I really look forward to make the brand more available and more accessible to people in the Asia region. So since the brand is extremely well established in our home market in Europe, we want to make sure that also our fans and enthusiasts in Asia have better access to our product.
Regarding also, on Asia, you could tell us, especially Asians, those countries that we had around this place, tell us why THOMAS SABO?
Well, I mean, I'm a German, so being a German, of course, I am familiar with the brand from when I was very, very young. You see the brand everywhere, so I am familiar. I'm very excited, very passionate about the THOMAS SABO brand. And I've spent quite a while in Asia now, so almost 5 years. So when I heard that they are planning to go through an expansion in this market, I was very interested and very excited about it. So I had an initial chat with the owner and with the founder, Mr. Sabo, and I think it kind of clicked very quickly, and we had a very good, feeling of each other, and I want to say it was a natural match.
Great. Now, we have also perhaps that we can look on the majorities of the Malaysians. Right now you're in Malaysia, you see a lot of Malaysian people, especially guys out there, how the way they dress with the fashions, with the lifestyles that they had on them. Probably you could give us a look about it and what is the majority of the Malaysians they are looking for in fashions and trends regarding on THOMAS SABO.
So I think people in Malaysia are very, very fashion forward, very on trend. So we have a lot of iconic pieces, a lot of statement pieces, and I think the people in Malaysia are self-confident, and people who come to our shops, they look for truly unique items, items that allow them to really express themselves, to put together their own personal style. So people look for items that can be mixed and matched. People look for items where they can wear different layers of items, let's say multiple bracelets, or wear a combination of a watch and a bracelet. So those are the items that people really look for when they come to our shops in Malaysia.
Right, that'll be good. Especially for the gentlemen, I probably think that they're also looking for fashions. Probably with these breeds that we're looking at, it will be much more attractive to them. Especially from THOMAS SABO. Now we have the next question. I heard that Porsche Design has been a great success in LA for you. Probably could you share your experience, your working experience over there?
Well, it was a fantastic opportunity. I was able to spend almost 4 years in North America for the Porsche Design brand. Basically, we were in a similar situation with Porsche Design in North America where we are with THOMAS SABO today in Asia Pacific. So we were about to go through a major expansion as the brand wasn't as established back then. But it was a great learning curve to understand a new market, to understand a new culture, and to help a brand that is new to a market to develop and establish in the market. So I really enjoyed it.
Okay, from Porsche Design to THOMAS SABO, what is your thought about this? Probably from automotive to jewelry. Have you ever expected this to happen in you?
Well, if you would have asked me 10 years ago, of course not. But if you look into those brands and if you look into the details of those two brands, I think there's a lot of similarities too. I think yes, Porsche Design is part of a massive automotive group, but yet Porsche Design really represents a lifestyle and really is a lifestyle brand. So it's a lot about fashion, it's a lot about accessories, eyewear, but also jewelry. And I think in THOMAS SABO we are having a very similar approach. We look at ourselves as a lifestyle brand. I think THOMAS SABO stands for a very particular lifestyle. So it's more than only a jewelry and watches brand. It really represents its own lifestyle. So if you look at it from that perspective, actually there's quite a few similarities between those two brands.
Now, looking at the fashion trends these days, I believe all of us are looking at something that could actually catches our attention. Probably for you, have you been observing the Malaysian styles? Any trends that actually catches to your attention, or probably would it be actually on the next hint for THOMAS SABO?
I think it's a trend that you see in Malaysia, but also in other regions. People start to become more and more self-confident when it comes to wearing jewelry. I think you see people layering more and more, as mentioned earlier. I think layering is an ongoing trend, a trend that we will see more and more also in Malaysia. Also, the trend that people combine a watch with a bracelet, and since THOMAS SABO carries watches as well as bracelet, I think we would be the go-to brand for people who are looking for that kind of trend and for that kind of combination.
So that combination will watch and breed. Would that?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So talking about Malaysia, I know you have just arrived today, but you told me you have been in Malaysia quite a few times. How's the Malaysian food?
Well, living in Singapore, of course, I am in the lucky situation that I can have Malaysian food pretty much all the time. I think in Malaysia it still may be a notch better than in Singapore, but I do enjoy satay, I do enjoy nasi lemak, so there's quite a few dishes that I actually do enjoy a lot.
Okay, so Malaysia is actually well known as the food restaurant in Malaysia. There are a lot of food. We call it the food restaurant in Malaysia. Why? Because we have different cultures, we have different food, we have different choices, a lot in Malaysia that you can try out. Even for Pasar Malam, I don't know if you've heard of Pasar Malam before. It's one of the night markets. You can have a lot of things there. And, those are really local, we are talking about.
All right. Next time you bring me.
Yeah, I will bring you, man. The culture and the people of Malaysia, how are they?
I think Malaysians are generally very open-minded, a very positive, a very happy, a very happy country, a very happy culture.
Yeah.
I think I've never really experienced any negative, negative events or negative situation. Always helpful. So I do enjoy coming here. Also, again, in Singapore, you do have quite a lot of people from Malaysia with a background from Malaysia. So I think it's a very, very open-minded culture.
All right, just to end up with our interview for today, probably one of the last questions would be, especially for you, anything that you would like to say to the people of Malaysia and why THOMAS SABO?
Well, people in Malaysia, of course, I hope that that the people in Malaysia will, we will be able to continue to inspire people in Malaysia with our new collection, with our new trends, but also with setting really industry standards in terms of quality and in terms of craftsmanship. With our new collection launch just coming up in July, August, I hope that people, that we again really meet people's expectations when it comes to their ideas for the next trend and for the next collection, so to speak.
All right, thank you very much to Mr. Lars, and my name is Roy Frankson, and we'll be seeing you next time. Make sure to stay tuned on THOMAS SABO in August. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Thanks.
Thank you.